Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus, and today I'm gonna be playing against Mr. Daewidd. Not Mr. D, even though their names are quite similar, it's Mr. Daewidd, and he's gonna be playing with what looks like a Crusader Kalashnikov team. It looks something like it. It looks odd. It gets to go first. It has a Generalist Crusader, which I usually disapprove of. But in this team where you have a bit more control and guards, actually not guards, but riposte, a guard and some dodge, you know, maybe it is a cool setup. So first things first, my opponent has a decent amount of dodge. Me no likey, me goes for the Battle Ballad, and me goes Reign of Sorrows with my Dungeon Master, because yeah, I'm using skins again, don't look at the bulge. I'm using skins again, and we have Dungeon Master Flagellant, we have a Jester which is, I think, Runaway Jester or something like that. The skin is before the Runaway, but kinda looks like the Runaway. I don't know, I don't play DD2, but I think it's supposed to look something like, you know, he's running away from something, because he kinda looks like the thief characters from Dark Souls or something of the likes. So anyway, my hit chances are kind of yucky. They're not that yucky for me to suffer a double miss there, but you know, such is the way of the Cirque de Boucher. And you know, double dodge, face red rupee eyes, I feel like that's just what it is. I'm gonna get pulled here, yeah, this is a load of fun. Alright, this do a load of fun. I could move back, but honestly I'm just I'm just eating DOT. Oh, I mean HOT if I do that, which is horror for time, so you know, you just bowl for 22 damage instead. Oh goodness gracious, there is justice in this world. Yeah, I don't understand it. 53 and 85, they both whiff. And then I go for a bola. I mean, I guess it is a piercing quarrel bola, so the chances on it are, you know, ginormous. But even then, it's kind of whack. It is kind of whack. What were the chances of that? This is 16 plus 7, so like 23 on each of them, so it's 23 times 23, except, you know, dividing by whatever. Yeah, not a very big chance, let me tell you that much. Maybe like a 10%, maybe something of the likes. Although, as I've deducted with my super correct and accurate science. So my opponent is probably going to stun my Arbalest here, so I should have moved back, but unfortunately, I was way too happy to click my flat one, so now I'm gonna get stunned, and things aren't gonna look too good for me. One thing that does look good for me, though, is that stuns, they're annoying, but they don't really matter all that much in this situation, because yeah, I'm taking damage, but this is a stress team my opponent is playing, so do I really care if I'm taking 9 damage on my Arbalest? It might stack up. It might indeed stack up, but in the meantime, honestly, I couldn't care less. I'm gonna Dirk Stab, or I'm gonna Holy Lance, the Crusader's gonna get shipped out. Even if you drop a Bellow, he's probably still gonna get shipped out. Oh, he's definitely getting shipped out if you drop a bolster here. Very odd move by my opponent, 100% wouldn't have done that, but unfortunately I just get a mineral on my Holy Lance, so you know. My pressure is not as precious as I thought it was. And I should have mentioned, I'm actually playing with the basic beach team. Actually, is it? Is this the basic beach, or is that the one with the Antiquarian? I genuinely can't remember. Maybe this is the Flazen. No, not the Flazen. The what's his name? Richter and the Zombie Killer squad, because this is the squad that he brings with the Arbalest, with the 2 damage trinkets. I think he brings it a bit differently. I think he brings the Hunter's Charm rather than the Eagle Eye Talisman, just have that extra damage, and honestly, that's a really risky move my opponent just went for. I'm gonna try to punish it. I could have tried to punish it with a Holy Lance, but I was greedy and decided to go for the Bola, so I could drop the Crusader out of position and get the finale off like that. They're going to change the guard here, because if they don't, they just die. Or they're gonna blackjack. That's also a possibility, but they're like, ooh, my hit chances are kind of shaky, so I'm gonna change the guard instead. But you know, if you do that, then yeah, there's just only Lance on that occultist, and that doesn't look too good. This occultist is not a happy chappy right now. Speaking of happy chappies, everyone should be a happy chappy to know that the tournament information is not coming out today, but it's coming out tomorrow in a separate video, which will not feature gameplay, because every single video I've done that says tournament information blah 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 People click on it for the tournament information, but then they don't actually watch the rest of the video, which sometimes has good matches. So it will be a video exclusively for tournament information from now on. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So they're gonna drop a rally to the flame here, and I'm thinking, how do I want to finale that? Do I want to finale that? You know what? I do, but not yet. I do, but not yet. What do I mean by that? I don't want to get hit with a bellow for, like, you know, my entire, like, 24th, 26 stress at the moment. I'd rather just do this, and then finale. They're just gonna retribution here anyway to get some chip damage with my Arbles, which, I mean, fine, I guess, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be a finale turn here. This is a character that's in position 4 that's extremely annoying. They don't have a flagellant. That character is super freaking annoying. I could have saved it for the Houndmaster, but honestly, he's gonna heal himself next turn. I don't have a lot of reach to position 4 with this team. I guess I have the flagellant, but it's not very consistent reach. I don't have like a pull. Oh, that's lucky. Oh, that's fortunate. I don't get punished for not bringing the snuff. David just says, "What is?" He basically, what do you call it? Keyboard smashed. Yeah, he keyboard smashed in the chat. I would do that, dude. 90% chance of getting the stunning deal, and you don't get it. That's honestly just unlucky, is all I can say. Now the question is my opponent doomed? Are they doomed, or can they still win this match? Honestly, I still have a Virtue Chat here, I still have a Flagellant here, I still have an Arbalest who can heal herself any moment I so choose, and you know what, I'm gonna activate Redeem, I'm gonna punish into your Men-at-Arms, I'm gonna fail to apply the bleed, but who cares, I'm gonna apply the bleed on myself from his riposte. And now I will actually have my redeem activated, which is great because I want to use my redeems before the rest of my team dies. That's kind of the point of having the redeems in the first place. So they're gonna Holy Lance the Crusader instead because you know they know that the Arbalest is just dropping down to 0. Maybe I get really unlucky with an affliction here. Hopeless isn't the worst. That's a very wise act out. All hope gone on the hopeless character. Makes a lot of sense, and thankfully it doesn't really harm me too much, so that's perfectly okay. And I guess I will just get to continue being aggressive. I probably want to go for the guaranteed hit chances, so I'm just gonna do this onto that little Crusader. It sucks that I'm dazed, it sucks that I'm bellow debuffed, but I will eventually be able to just fire all that away, so I will probably do that. They're gonna drop the Zealous Accusation here. They've realized that they kinda need to get the stress ball going, and they've also realized that they can't really stun me at the moment, because then I get insane flare value. So they're just trying to play into it a bit. I'm actually not going to use the heal with my Flagellant. I feel like this situation is somewhat stable. So instead I'm going to go for a punish on the doggy, which thankfully lands. I have 120 accuracy, they have 72 dodge, so it was a 48% hit chance, but you know. It's a coin flip. There was a bit of rust on my opponent's side to make it a tiny bit heavier on their side of the coin, so the chances were slightly skewed against me, like in a casino. But it was okay. I got lucky anyway, and we are vibing with it. I still have the heal here from the Arbalest. There's no way Retribution and Harry does 6 damage combined. Even if both of them crit, it's not doing 6 damage combined. The only way my opponent... No, not even like moving back and then going for a Blackjack would they do 6 damage. They would need to have the Hound's Rush here, which... I am quite proud to run the Hound's Rush. I don't always run it, but I do appreciate it. I could go for a Zealous here, but I might die because of it. That's kind of the situation, but you know what? I'm gonna take the chances, because if I do land the Zealous on that doggy, then if he goes aggressive to try and punish me for going aggressive, then he's dead, because his dodge is gonna go away and there's a Dirk Style coming. So he's probably still gonna do it. He's actually not. Oh, that's sad to see. I feel like they should have. Yeah, I feel like they should have, because now I might actually just... Okay, I was gonna do that, so I might actually just gamble a little bit and go for the kill. I don't have a finish on my Arbalest, but honestly she just has such crazy base accuracy that, you know, it's not gonna miss. It's not gonna miss anyway. I go irrational here, a little bit of effects going all over the place. No act out from the irrational. Daewidd is the one that I got an irrational act out finale against, so you know. That was a bunch of fun. I'm gonna go for the Dark Snap here. Unfortunately, no death blow, meaning that the doggy gets to live on. They can go for a retribution kill. They can not go for a writ of execution kill, which is their best kill shot here against my Crusader. So I'm quite happy about that. I did put him in position 3 on purpose. I thought about going for the Harvest just to do that extra damage to the Crusader to bring him down to 0, but honestly, better kill shot. Confirmed win if I killed Houndmaster, so I just thought, you know, confirmed win sounds pretty good, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go for it. They're gonna go for the Lacoons, just staying alive, I guess, and I will just take that opportunity to drop a heal here. It's gonna be heal into shot, into Dirk Stab, into a win. One thing I am somewhat scared of, or was somewhat scared of, was this Crusader going for a stun and bringing me to this door. That would mean that my Arbals would probably have to go for a heal here, which I don't mind all that much, but I don't want to do. Honestly, I don't want to do it. I want to go for a shot instead. So yeah, there's the crit 48 heal from the Dungeon Master. Really not too much you can do about it. You can just suck it up, I guess. Just repulse him another 4 times, I suppose, with your shield spike. Yeah. Flatulent really do be like that. I think this shield spike is wrong though. It should be in the left spot. So Daewidd deserves everything that's come to him. The monkey spot should also be in the left spot. This sin isn't as criminal though. This sin is actually, you know, it's wrong, but it could be worse. I feel like that's the takeaway we should get here from that. This one's correct. This one's just wrong. It's just wrong. That's mostly my, you know, not ADHD because I don't have that. Mostly my, you know, I don't like the way your things look to me. Speaking up and acting out here. I know that sounds quite odd, but seeing Sacred Blade on the spot on the right, seeing God of the Absolution on the spot on the right, even though it started off as a joke, me jokingly saying like, haha, that's so unsettling, it has become unsettling. I don't know what the psychology behind that is, but maybe that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's me saying that I'm gonna see this on the right spot and thinking it's gonna feel bad to me, and because of me repeating that, it has actually happened. I suppose it can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe not the clearest example of one, but that is one. Okay then, I'm gonna... Yeah, I am irrational here. I'm probably dead with the Jester, but honestly, I don't mind it all that much. I'm gonna go for the Dark Snap here. Oh god, I failed another death blow. Really? Really now? Really now? I failed a lot of death blows. A lot of good ones as well. They go for the Retribution instead of the Bellow, which is, you know, very odd because a Bellow and he was dead. I guess he's dead anyway. Alright then. I'll just shoot the doggy, I suppose. I have 133 accuracy. Hopeless is minus accuracy. So is the Death Store recovery. I would have 140 if if it weren't for the affliction and the Death Store recovery debuffs. Jesus, Arvels is insane. And yeah, here I can go for the Punish or the Rain of Sorrows. I could also punish the Men-at-Arms just to bring them down to 0, but I'm gonna go for the doggy and whiff. It's a 48. It's gonna hit eventually. Don't worry about it. It will hit eventually. Would have been very nice to apply the bleed on there as well, but yeah, now he's gone because I wasn't able to heal him. With a crit too. How lovely. No, the crit was on the Arbalist actually. Oh, we get the white squares. I should have changed out the skin. Unfortunate. We're gonna get the white square syndrome now. What can you do about it? I can actually really have a bad time here. This is not looking good anymore. This is genuinely not looking good anymore. I'm gonna Holy Lance here, not really just to bring the doggy down to 0. More so I want to bring my Crusader back to position 2 where I can stun the Zealous and do his best moves. But yeah, my opponent is just holding on. They have repulse, they have 2 heals, and it's just really annoying to deal with. I no longer have the guard break because I tried saving him, but I couldn't. I would go reclaim on him because Jesters, or anyone, no one can refuse regen heals. But unfortunately I have Rain of Sorrows, which is a very nice move, but sadly it is not... it has helped. It has helped, but I feel like it could have done a bit more. Let's go for the sniper shot here. I still whiff! Even with all this accuracy, I still whiff this freaking doggy. Even though he went abusive, can you imagine if instead of abusive he had gone, like, paranoid? How much dodge would he have now if he had gone paranoid? Abusive is minus 15, so you would have 72, and if he had paranoid you would have 82 dodge here, which is, yeah, essentially unkillable. Even with battle ballad, essentially unkillable. Okay, I'm thinking of doing this. I'm genuinely thinking of doing this. I didn't go courageous. I went to... Oh god, I went abusive. I went abusive on my Crusader. Oh dear me, I can actually lose. How am I gonna deal with the dodge of that freaking dog? Yeah, I don't know, Chief. I don't know, but this man-at-arms isn't in too good of a spot anymore. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna hit into the repulse a couple more times. I'm gonna hurt myself with the flagellant. I will redeem the Crusader after some damage goes on to him, and everything will be a-okay. So they're gonna rally to the flame here, to which I will just zealous, and I am abusive, so I have some damage buffs here. Also a lot of debuffs, but hopefully I do enough damage to both characters. And yes, I do. They're both at this store now. Good. Now, sadly, my Arbalest is not a support finisher in this team. She might be finished right now by the Retribution if I'm a teeny tiny bit unlucky, or maybe even the Hound Sari, we'll see. There's an abusive one there, not enough stress actually because of the crit. The crit makes it so he takes less stress. Oh dear, yeah, he takes less stress so he's actually fine. I could heal myself here instead of going for the kill, and I think that's the move. Oh, the flagellant. That's literally, that might just be the worst thing she could have done actually. I think passing would have been better than that. Unironically, passing would have been better than that because I wanted my flagellant to be hurt. That's actually uncanny that she doesn't move this freaking bad. Okay, I'm gonna go for the doggy because some of his dodge is gone. And he also has suffered more distort checks than the other characters, but yeah, that's becoming quite dicey. My Arbalest might just be gone here to a bellow and an act out from the abusive Crusader. Then my Crusader gets perma-stunned and my flagellant has to 1v3, which, let's be honest, he probably can 1v3 this, but do I want him to try? No, this match should have been won like 5 rounds ago. I don't know how it's still going. Crusader, are you gonna say something dumb? No, he's not. I feel like clicking him. No, Shep, don't do it. Just save your Arbalest. Be smart. No act outs. Can you believe it? I'm actually gonna get to save my Arbalest. Wonderful. Okay, she lives. She lives on for a bit, and that should signal the end of Daewidd here, because Arbalest just staying alive with heart attack recovery and self-heals when there's no corpses in positions 1 and 2. It's just really difficult to deal with for stress teams if you're already like behind a lot on your stuff, so it is complicated for my opponent here. I'm gonna go for a punish because once again I want to eat some DOT, I want to eat some damage on my flag, and I'm just gonna wait out the DOT on that doggy and then go for maybe a zealous, maybe a stun on him. Probably a zealous though, because even if I don't get the kill I will get the stress, which is very close to a kill. Because this isn't really a stress team, but I've gotten 2 afflictions on my opponent's side because of the punish and the zealous accusation, so it can do stress, which is quite cool, but honestly the guard just cleared up, and I think getting a bit rid of this Crusader is good. He's their last source of healing. There's no healing here, there was never any healing here, and if I get rid of the source of healing, and also do some chip damage, I'm just gonna have a good time. So a bit more stress going down. It's gonna be bellow into a self-heal. I'm actually rooting against myself here. I want to see Hopeless do something really freaking dumb. Come on, Hopeless. No, there's no act out. Yeah. Oh, that's sad. That's sad for my opponent. I'm rooting against myself. I don't know why. I think it's the Daewidd effect. I quite like this chap. I think I am getting the Daewidd effect here. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You're gonna go for the guard dog. I think I have enough accuracy to deal with that, honestly, but I might not even have to attempt it. I could just go for the punish here, and even though I will likely not get the bleed, I will get the blight because of the crushed hammock, and then I can just try to go for a kill onto this Zader with the rate of execution, and I should be able to clutch this match out. Finally. Abusive. Okay. Okay, sure. And we go for the Zealous. Alright, there we go. We get the death while the enemy Crusader. Good job, Crusader. You stunned 2 people. One of them permanently, one of them for another round. The irony of stunning the Arbals as well, which is the character that player stuns. Can't flare the stun on yourself. Yeah, can't flare the stun on yourself, B-word. Anyway, Hound's Harry coming down. Stress, horror, no horror, bleeds, pain all around, and this stun might actually make it so my characters die, but honestly I don't care anymore. I'm gonna go for punishes, I'm gonna win this. You're gone to the stress. Yeah, he's almost gone to the stress. Can my opponent actually win this? The thing is, the reason they can still technically win this is because they don't have a Bellbot Man-at-Arms. They have a Man-at-Arms with Retribution, so they can theoretically win at the very end of a match against Crusader. I mean, against the Flagellant. So I'm going to click here, which will cause a heart attack onto the Arbalist. I will cause more stress onto the Arbalist, and then I will heal the Arbalist and myself, staying alive with these 2 characters. Maybe not for long though, there's some DOT on there, but yeah, totally balanced character, this Crusader one. But anyways, Houndmaster, I should be able to take him out soon. There have been 3 deathblow chances. I think one of them was a 50, the other was a 75, and the last one was like what is it, a 45 or something. I'm not entirely sure. That's a lot of DOT, but and a lot of stress, but I'm okay. I'll get to just click here, Abusive doesn't say anything bad, and yeah, this is just this team being kind of solid for against stress teams. You just have 3 healing characters here after the Jester is dead. The Jester has very good setup to just get a kill. You can even go solo. I went Harvest because I'm kind of a lame person, but I could have gone for the solo and everything would have been way easier, because I would have gotten a kill like way earlier, way more reliably onto the enemy cultist, and then you have 3 characters which are just so freaking boring and annoying to deal with. If you're trying to win a match, you're just pretty much unkillable. This guy gets virtues, this guy has Gauntlet of Absolution, this girl goes for the heals, and it's just very difficult to play against all around. But anyway, let's go for match number 2. Alright, and here we go, straight into match number 2, this time against Daewidd's A-Bomb Halo comp. So this is a Halo comp where you normally have Crusader, Bounty Hunter, Jester, Arbalist, except instead of the Crusader you bring the Abomination. This makes you squishier as a whole, but it means you still have stuns, and now you have the capability of pushing, not only pulling, and you know, that's immediately turning into a bit of a nightmare for me. But it's okay, I came prepared. Even though my Abomination doesn't have the luxury of going first, he has the luxury of having a DOT Queen being his, maybe not loving protector, but his blight sister. So she's just going to Shadow Fade and I will be okay. Now I won't be perfectly okay because Mark for Death is happening here. There will be a shot, I will die. This is just a guarantee. It's unfortunate, but my Abomination is not gonna have a fun time. What can I do about it? I can do much. I can't do much. One thing I can do is get the 5% dodge. I can't regen that anymore. Oh, it is rough. I don't ever claim on here. I could keep my action, which I think is going to be my final decision. I will keep my action so I'm able of just pressing the Absolution button and just staying alive. David says, did you expect a Mark team? Haha. No, I just thought, you know what, I was kinda playing a DOT team. Why don't I go all out and play another DOT team, but not Winter Bliss DOT. I don't want to play that thing again. I mean, it's fine, but I don't want to play that thing right now. I want to play something else, even cooler, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. I think this is called the Mangled comp. It is a very old team, one of the oldest in the Butcher Circus, for good reason. It's outdated. I say outdated because everything that doesn't fit my play style is outdated. It might sometimes feel like that, but I genuinely think it is a bit outdated, because having an Antiquarian Grave Robber backline can be very difficult to deal with if, you know, you have the exact same team, which is Flagellant with Reign of Sorrows. So having a backline this squishy is usually not a very good idea. And there's also like not a lot of chunkiness apart from the Flagellant and the Abomination, but their chunkiness is kinda not very guaranteed, not very secure. The flagellum can still get chopped down by some characters, he can get pushed around. It's not like there's a man-at-arms on the team. So my vote goes for the finale here before I get any transformations off. Honestly, I'm fine with it. I'm vibing with it. At the moment, I actually have to go for the panic darts here, because if I don't, oh god, that's 100. Yeah, it is 100. It is 100. He's not enjoying himself. I have to go for the panic darts here, because if I don't, my opponent just goes for the flare and gets rid of the daze and my stealth buff. David says, ouch. Yeah, that was an ouchie. I don't really mind not getting a transformation off all that much, because the Abomination is here to do DOT, he's not here to do stress. This is not a stress team, even though stress, so all of them have stress moves. He's still not a stress character, I really don't mind it all that much. I will just prioritize dropping the fetching vapors here over doing anything else. I failed the blight, unfortunate. I will prioritize it because I have the Materia Pestis on my Antiquarian, which is a very juicy trinket. Plus 33% blight duration means that these blights are lasting forever. They're not forever obviously, but they're lasting for loads of time. They're doing loads of DOT, and this is just gonna melt my opponent's team, which is exactly what I want. I want to melt it entirely. They go for the mark on my flagellum, which is odd. I think the plan is to maybe try to slam him again, most likely, and then shoot him. That's probably the move. They actually get to push, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, such is the way of the Butcher's Circus. And I believe I could regen here. That is a possibility. But I honestly want Pestering Vapors. I will be able to just save myself with the Redeem, and it's probably better for me to save myself with the Redeem here than with just the regen. So I'm gonna keep spamming the festering. I have done a bit of a sacrifice though. Instead of bringing the finisher on the Antiquarian, which is what you usually do in these Antiquarians, I've decided to bring the UEI because I didn't have any accuracy buffs. This is an extra 12 accuracy buffs as well as ignore stealth, so it's quite good. I'm getting stunned here, so that's the opposite of quite good. The Jester should be dead though. The question is, do I really want to go for the Jester or do I want to go for someone else? Probably someone else, even though the Jester is pretty much a guaranteed kill. You've taken some DOT, you've taken some more DOT. Maybe getting an Affliction on him would be good. That's some decent DOT damage. Next one's probably going on there. Or maybe on here. The Abomination has resisted so many of my blights. I feel like he's resisted... How many? No, just one. Just one, actually. I don't know. Then the Flagell's dead here. Yeah, the Flagell's just dead here. I could have moved him to position 1. That was a thing I could have done, but then I would have just gotten slammed instead of stunned. My opponent took a chance here going for the stun. It was a 65 to get it. The finisher might fail! There's a 5% chance it fails, but unfortunately it doesn't. And now the Jester is dropping to 0 HP here, so... Dropping, and still quite far from dropping. With stuns! Against my squishy backline. Ooh, that's just a really nice time to be had, I must say. I kind of want to keep the AoE move here, let's be honest. They dropped the battle belt. Maybe I should have just killed him. Because I am kind of relying on dodge here on my grave robber. Maybe I should have just snuffed him out. But I will just go for the panic darts on this Abomination because I need to get rid of him. In this team, in this specific situation, because the Flagellum can actually stay alive, and I don't have accuracy buffs, I think the Satchel of Dirty Tricks is better here. It is better than just bringing the Leather Bandolier because you're getting the plus accuracy, you're getting the plus blight skill chance, the stress delta, I guess, and a bit of dodge. If you don't have accuracy buffs on your team and you're hoping to spam panic darts, bring these two trinkets. Don't bring the Leather Bandolier, don't be a buffoon. So the Arbalist heals herself, which is okay, because I get to just drop the Festering Vapors as if I have a finisher. And I fail another blight on the Abomination! He goes rational though, that's good. She's dropping, he's dropping, she's dropping. Those are all very good, but the stuns are coming, which is really, really bad. The Afflictions are here as well, which is good, but stuns are coming. Stuns are coming. I can't wait for the manacles here to just rock my world. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Okay, the Bounty Hunter is kind of making a choice here. My hit chances suck, my damage sucks. What can I do here that is useful? Honestly, just caltrops. I might Toxin Trickery it, but considering that my opponent went Battle Ballad, and considering that I really need to keep dropping Panic Darts, maybe that's not the wisest move. Thankfully, the Irrational Abomination is gonna do an act out, and he went for a Slam on the Flashbomb Corpse, which isn't that bad, honestly. It's not that bad of a move. It's not a good one, but it's not a bad one either. So I am a bit worried about that. I could go for the Fetching Vapors immediately, but I don't feel like that's the move. I will instead drop the Panic Darts here onto the Abomination and make it so he also drops to this store and make it so he takes even more stress. He's going to be at like 150 stress once he actually clicks here, which is very good. More than 150 stress actually. Yeah, that's nice. That's juicy. Sadly, no Irrational Act out. He's probably going to try and stun my Antiquarian, which will very likely succeed. It's a guaranteed chance of success, so yeah, unfortunate. The Bounty Hunter's probably just going to click here. They can't save everyone. They can't save everyone. I get to play the next round, and I will be able to get at least one or even two Death Store checks here actually, because she's dropping as well. So regardless of what they do, they have to click the Bounty Hunter first to get rid of that Blight, but they click the Bounty Hunter, then they click the Arbles, and they have 3 characters at Death Store and they have to choose. Would having Finisher be better here? Yes. Would I have gotten to this position if I had Finisher? No, I probably wouldn't have. So I think this is, I think bringing the Uri was the correct call. Basically, the idea I had here is, since I don't have like a Man-at-Arms for defense or stuff of the likes, what I had to do was make sure each of my characters was individually a threat. So even if my Flashhunt or if my Abomination gets focused down, or if my Antiquarian or my Grave Robber can focus down, the other characters can be the threat and they can still win the match on their own. So the Abomination gets healed here because he's arguably the most important character. I think the Arbalist is kinda more important, but sadly the Arbalist stays alive. This guy has also taken a lot of stress, so I might be able to just swindle a win off of that. He's dropping to Death Store as well, so I will just be dropping a Shadow Fade here. That just seems like the obvious move. I think this Arbalist should heal herself, because my duty has sort of worn out, and she might be able to just take advantage of that. I will just drop a Shadow Fade here. Regardless of what this Abomination does now, he's screwed. If he heals, I think a pick to the face crit is just a kill. He just heals too much stress though, so maybe that won't work. He can be Spile, but no, he's just gonna go for the Absolution, and yeah, it's gonna be a stress heal on top. It's gonna be quite annoying. But it's okay, honestly, it's okay, because now I'll just drop the Panic Darts on there before anything else happens. Let's go for it. I am marked, but it won't last too long. 11 damage. Can you imagine if I got a crit on that? Hell of a lot of stress, heart attack. Not ideal. Not ideal, honestly. I wish I had dealt just a tiny touch more damage. It would have been wonderful. Maybe I should have gone for the Fetching Vapors first, I don't know. He's still dropping to 0 here, so I can actually not drop Fetching Vapors, but I think dropping Fetching Vapors is better, because he's gonna be up on the stress, which I very much appreciate. Yeah, also very close to Affliction on the Arbalist, god damn it. I also want to get rid of this corpse, so let's get to it. The Caltrops has been doing a lot of damage to me, by the way. Most of the damage I've taken is from the Caltrops on these 2 backliners. He act out marks himself, which is of course my favorite act out have happened, and they're gonna go for the manacles and they land, but I have the Fetching Vapors. Surprised they don't just go for another heal. At the same time, it also makes sense. I have to go for the kill here. 100% have to go for the kill here. Sadly, I don't get it. I get a crit on the wrong character, meaning that he lives by just a little bit, but does the Arbalist going Fearful cause stress here? Unfortunately, it doesn't. It cannot cause stress as you immediately get an Affliction. Not in that way, but they click the Arbalist. Fearful doesn't do anything bad though. They're gonna try to go for a heal. He could refuse, but he... Are they stupid? David, are you stupid? Are you stupid, I ask of you? Were you... He just said it! He just said it in the chat, I'm stupid! Were you... I would be mean here, but I don't want to be that mean, but You know, sometimes the stress gets to you and you make mistakes in the spur of the moment, and that was a big mistake in the spur of the moment. If you're at 198 stress and you're at the store and you have DOT on you, if you heal, the DOT brings you down to 0, and then the stress from dropping to the store kills you. That's like one of the basic Butcher Circus things when you're fighting against stress teams, but you know, sadly Daewidd was unable to leverage against it. But not too sadly, because that's another stun team put in the dirt, and that's exactly what we want. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers!